I want to go back to the prostate and talk to you about something that's kind of a newer emerging trend. I know that you've talked a little bit about this in previous podcasts, that a number of men, or I should say a number of physicians, are prescribing low-dose tadalafil, also known as Cialis, to their male patients. So in dosage ranges of like 2.5 milligrams to 5 milligrams per day, but not for erectile dysfunction, but rather for improving prostate health. And presumably they get sort of a boost in terms of blood flow to the genitalia as well. But again, not specifically a deal with erectile dysfunction, but to deal with prostate health and blood flow to the prostate. Is that something that you sometimes often prescribe to your patients, and of what age?
Tadalafil is a very underrated medication. The age would kind of depend on the indication. So tadalafil is also a blood pressure medication. It can very slightly decrease blood pressure, especially at higher doses. At higher doses, a high dose would be 20 milligrams, not 2.5 milligrams. But consistently, it can somewhat affect with the cones in the eye that have to do with red and green sight. Although if you remove it, that effect is reversed. So basically, if you don't need really, really good red-green discrimination, you can take higher doses. But in general, I recommend no higher than 10 milligrams a day, usually just 2 or 5 milligrams. One other benefit or other use of tadalafil is that it increases the density of the androgen receptor, similarly to L-carnitine. So that's an interesting benefit. Another benefit is that if you give it to people with nocturia, which is urinating at night in general, it will cut the episodes in half. So it could go from 2 to 1, which can make a big difference for your sleep, which will secondarily make a big difference for your growth hormone and testosterone optimization.